Hi there, my name is Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things that make the Kemper stage an awesome practice tool. Let's get straight into it. Number 1, I've mentioned this before, the tuner can remain on and pass signal while the sound of the amp is still coming through. So can you see the screen there? So that's an A. That's a B, and you can actually practice bending like that. You can actually practice bending the note to the tuner. And also, if you come out of the tuner to change amps or profiles or performance numbers here, you can still see a mini tuner here as well. Not quite as good, but still good enough. So really great. So you're playing the guitar and you can always check if you're in tune with 2 tuners. I love that. Okay, number 2. I've mentioned this before. It has a freeze feature. This can be assigned to a foot switch like this. And if I play a chord and then press that button, it holds it. Can you hear that pad? And then you can practice soloing over the top of that. So you could also practice bending over the top of this, of course. And then you can hear how it's in tune as well. And for number 3, a feature I just discovered today, if you press the rig button, there is a transpose option. You can go down a half step or a semitone and it will sound like this. It'll be weird if you hear the guitar strings with that as well, so I'm going to mute the microphone for now. Okay, let me use all these features together to practice. What I'll do first of all is I'll go into a nice crunchy rig and I'll press rig and I'll transpose down -12. That will give us an octave below the low E. Sounds like a bass guitar, right? So check this out. I'll loop this bass line. Not easy to do with your hands. That's close enough, right? Okay, let's bring the transpose back up again to 0. I'm going to go to a clean sound. Now, I'll use the freeze feature. Let's do an E-7. Sounds like an organ, like a pad. Really nice. Well, it is a pad, right? Now that won't stay there if I change to 2, 3, or 4, or 5. So let's loop that as well. Ready? This is much easier with your feet. Right, now that's recorded, so I can turn that off. It's there, right? Sounds like an organ. Right, now I've used the looper, I've used the transpose, I've used the pad. The last thing to do is to go into a solo sound with some reverb, engage the tuner, and practice my soloing. I'll turn the mic off for this. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I find those features incredibly useful and easy to use. Explore them if you haven't already. You might say, well, I don't need to use those. I think it's great to be aware of them. And I always thought that the Kemper was for like real professionals making profiles of real amps and going on big stages. But actually, these features are incredibly useful for practice. And I'm at the stage now where I want to practice a lot with a metronome. If I have a metronome going with this thing, I can practice so many things. And it's great for songwriting. And okay, the looper is not very long and it's not going to win any awards. A little tip, if you go into the looper and press the half speed button, you'll then get twice as long. So if you do that, then you can record twice as long, but it's still only like a minute. It's not really long enough for performance, but for practice. I mean, that transposing sounds great and natural. And well, I don't know, I think it sounds awesome and I'm really enjoying practicing with it. And that's why I think it's a great unit for practice. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back very soon, right? Until then, keep looping. Bye-bye.